Hello, Foos.
Hello.
Sup, yo.
It's episode 247. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us once again for another delightful episode of the Foobar Show. But before we get into anything, find a bunch of cool Foobar Show merch at foobarshow.com. Find tons of new merch items like totes, travel mugs, magnets, baby onesies, and t-shirts, and tons of new colors and styles. Go to our merch page found at foobarshow.com to check that all out. Next up, click on the link for SoCal rock band The Fallen Electric at the bottom of foobarshow.com for music, tour dates, and merch. On Saturday, October 16th, I will be at Boondocks in Corona, California, playing with The Fallen Electric from 8:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. Free to enter, 21 and over, and plenty of food and drinks to enjoy while catching a fun night of rock and or roll. Lastly, Grass Store, everybody! One of the best cannabis delivery services I've ever dealt with, bar none. They service LA, Orange County, and select parts of the Inland Empire. Go to foobarshow.com and click on our Grass Store banner, and first-time users get 30% off of their purchase. And now, without further ado, Foos, episode 247, here we go. From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foobar Show! Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Joe C.
I'm Josh.
Thank you all very much for listening into the Foobar Show. Thanks for hitting subscribe, and remember to rate, review, and tell your friends like a champ. You can always get in touch with us and get our merch at foobarshow.com. That's FOObarshow.com, and search FOObar Show on YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, foos?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
What else we gotta lose?
Yeah. Nothing, man. Thanks for doing this, man. I know you're doing this remotely today there, Josh. That's why Josh sounds like he's on the phone there. But you're working, what, 10 days straight so that you can go on this Hawaii trip that we're going to take?
Yeah, man, I am on day 6. I just finished day 6 of my... Wait, did I finish day 6? Fuck, I don't even know what day is it anymore.
Oh my
yes,
god.
I think I just finished day 6 of my 10-day
You know where
run.
you are right now, dude?
I started... I don't, dude. I don't even know what year it is anymore.
What?
It's probably
all
for the
a
best.
blur.
It's time.
What universe am I in? Anyways, Foos.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, man. I've been delirious as hell. Day 6. I got 4 more days until Thursday.
Are you scratching like the lines on the wall like you're in jail?
Actually on my wrist,
Oh,
but
the
yeah,
ticker.
close enough.
Oh,
Close
okay.
enough. Yeah, you know. It's just right there. That way when I'm on the computer, I look down. Day 6.
You're Victor Saz over here, man.
I have to make sure I
Dude,
can
and you know
still
what?
feel.
You know what's fucked up? This is yeah. What's fucked up is that this is my second 10-day run of this month.
I know, dude. You did it
That's
so that you can go on the
right.
bachelor party trip, which you didn't go on because, Rona.
Yeah, I know. Ironic, right? It's like, dude, so like this entire time, as soon as Tuesday hit, I'm like, I ain't stepping outside. No one come breathe on me. Everyone stay away from me. That's why I was like, we're remote because I ain't risking. I am going to this fucking wedding. I am going to Hawaii, fucking no matter what. God damn it.
Yeah. Watch something
I'm not
happens
working
like
as-
last minute.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
I
Don't
gotta
put
do it. Hold
Don't
on.
put it out into the universe. For the love of
Knock
God,
on every
do not do
piece
that.
of wood around here.
Yeah. So next week's Foobar Show, if we can get our shit together, will be done from our hotel room in Hawaii, in Oahu specifically, for the Foos wedding, which I'm excited about.
I'm not.
Now, whoa. Well, you won't even be there, so don't even trip.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're pissed.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, so get this. This is the latest development. Now, I don't want to make a big thing out of it. I'm just broadcasting it, on a podcast. But
All right, here we go. Here we go, everyone. Get your popcorn ready.
So put yourself in my shoes as the best man for just a quick second there, Joshy boy. And so, I get a text earlier last week saying, hey, man, would you mind And he's asking me this: would you mind sending me your best man speech so that we can, review it?
Dang, food! You're getting censored.
I'm getting
Are they
censored,
censoring you,
dog.
dog.
What the fuck? Well, so I mean, now
this is America.
I've scoured the forums on the internet with this question on, is this asking too much? And I wanted to ask you directly, Josh, is this asking too much out of someone, or is this? I mean, I know it's on brand for the
for the food,
not the food, but like Jackie's family. But from what I'm told, they're probably gonna be walking in, goose stepping into the into the cathedral, whatever the fuck this is happening. But the fact that they're asking me to turn in a draft is, I mean, I'll do it. I already told them I would, but I'm just like, the fuck.
Well, first, my first question, Foo.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask him how many points this was going to be going towards the overall grade at the end of the period? Foo, you got to understand what your work is really going to be going towards, right?
Right,
so,
right.
At least have a decent draft. That way you just got to make your final edits.
Well, wouldn't it be hilarious if I wrote something like completely G-rated and heartfelt, and tears would be fucking falling off of everybody's fucking eyeballs, and then I just and then I'm just like, you know what? Crumple it up and throw it away. I'm gonna speak from the heart and just start roasting the shit out of them.
Do it.
I mean, what would stop me aside from the actual wedding DJ cutting off the signal to my microphone?
You get tackled.
Yeah.
Even then, I could see you screaming with no microphone. Uniform. You son of a bitch! The time you kept me up all night with your fucking office.
Yeah, as I'm being dragged away, kicking and screaming.
And another thing.
Attica!
They pull you out of the door. You come back in. You motherfucker!
It's all unintelligible at that point. Anyway, wouldn't it make for a very memorable fucking wedding if something like that were to go down? I'm just saying.
It better, Foo.
Do you want a good wedding or do you want a memorable wedding?
You set my expectations. Now you better deliver. That's all I gotta say, dog.
No, you know what? I was thinking of going PG-13. So anybody under the age of 13 can fuck off.
Which is like the one person that can't speak anymore.
There's like 4 people there that are under the age of 13.
That's fine.
So
that's fine.
I don't think you have to worry about that. I mean, Foo, to be fair, he did censor his best man speech for you.
I didn't ask him to turn in a draft. And the only thing I told him not to talk about is all the misadventures we've had with weed. Met. And how we met. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I remember that because he's just like, what the fuck? I gotta gloss over it. I'm like, okay, I gotta get creative with this one.
Yeah, and they made for a good speech, but I didn't ask him to turn in a draft. Anyway.
You know what, Foo? No, you know what? You should be a dick and turn in the draft Thursday at midnight.
You know what, man? That's exactly what I was telling Steph today.
We were just talking about that.
I'm like, when he's at his peak of stress level, that's where I'm going to turn it in.
Oh, no. You know what? On Friday, when we do the rehearsal, hey, Foo, you know that draft you wanted? Here you go, man.
Yeah.
let me know by tomorrow morning what I need to change.
Yeah. And it's like on a cocktail napkin.
Don't get this wet.
It's a black cocktail napkin at that.
This is my only copy. I don't got a bad.
Yeah, I didn't make copies, so don't lose it. So that's what's been going down. That's the latest development on this on the Foos wedding. I don't want to call it a dumpster fire because it's not his fault. It's really COVID's fault and whoever decided to make this happen in Hawaii. But I gotta say, I will put this on my just personal resume, the one I keep for myself, as being probably the most expensive photo op I've ever been a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's pretty fair.
Now, just switching gears here, Josh, before we get into Geeking Out, because on tap, that's what we've got. We got Geeking Out, we got Joint Report, we got Music Highlights, Sports, and Foo Facts. Not sure if it's in that order, but we'll figure that out as we go. But one thing that I wanted to touch on, and I'll go ahead and play this for a second.
I don't like the sound of that food.
No, it's been a long and it's been a long tradition with the Fallen Electric, man.
No.
Now nothing's happening with the band, but
Oh, okay.
we usually have a tradition where we go to Denny's after every show that we play, and I gotta say, for the first time in a long time, last night after our show in San Dimas, which is pretty fucking dope, we did not go to Denny's. I know. And
broke tradition.
And you know, man, COVID really just fucked everything up. You know, for a long time I've been saying we need a fucking pandemic. We need something to clear out these freeways. Little did I know that it would fuck. Little did I know that it was gonna fuck with my Denny's tradition. And I'm not taking it well, man. And if Denny's has really fucked with us, and you know, I blame COVID because of the employee shortage that Denny's is facing right now. The last few times that we've gone to Denny's, they've been very understaffed and that kind of thing. And the second to last time that we went to Denny's, we waited at least 20 minutes just to pay. And this is over in North Hollywood. The most recent time.
Oh, well, Foo, you're going early, right? Like you're going in the early evening.
No, I'm afraid not there, Josh. We're talking. we're walking into Denny's around 2:30 in the morning. After the show, it's after a show, man, and I'm starving because I just played a 4-hour show, and the only thing that I've been putting into my stomach is alcohol, or just seltzer water. But dude, it's a thing. Seltzer. It's a thing, dude. Denny's is facing a cook shortage, and they're being gung ho about it, and still opening up their doors in some of their locations for 24 hours, and they can't fucking handle it. They can't fucking handle it, and I'm fucking pissed. And at a certain point, I was just like, let me get back there and make myself my own goddamn omelet, but they wouldn't let me.
Did you even ask?
I asked.
Did you?
I did.
You didn't ask the right way.
I guess not. I should have charmed him, but man, if anybody out there is sharing this pain with me, please, write in and tell me what you faced, because it's been a whole lot of fuckery afoot, man. Going into Denny's now, you'll probably never feel my pain, man. But you try walking in at 2:30 one of these days to Denny's and see how it treats you. You see how life treats you, man. It's heartbreaking.
I would not expect it to treat me well, seeing as how I'm up at 2:30 in the fucking morning.
Mm-hmm.
Not many good things happen after fucking 2 o'clock food.
That's especially at Denny's nowadays. So there's that. And I just wanted to bitch about that because it's fucking heartbreaking, bro.
So are we gonna see you out protesting Denny's, saying with a sign that says "Bring back my old Denny's, bring back the Denny's I know and love"?
Yeah. Or all right, just go get some tacos somewhere. I don't know. I haven't figured it out
not
yet.
That King Taco.
Yeah, but they're closed by 2:30. So my options are extremely limited. So we're gonna have to see what happens, what transpires. If anybody can give me some pointers as to
always open food.
What is now?
Alberto's food.
Oh, well, 24/7. And if anybody out there has any other candidates as to where should we go after our rock shows, it should be known that we're in California, Southern California. But so if you give any suggestions that are out of state and don't exist in Southern California, please just shut the fuck up. But do a quick Google search.
Out of state.
What?
I say give us all the suggestions out of
They're
state.
all out of state. Yeah. Fucking taco time in fucking Oregon.
There's a taco time?
There's a taco time in Oregon that instead of using a tortilla or a hard shell, uses a hamburger bun for their tacos. But only because it carries taco ingredients, they're trying to call it a taco, which is fucking bullshit.
No, it's a sandwich.
Right. Anyway, that's all I wanted to bitch about. Anyway, send in your suggestions, everybody. I am very interested to go into a different kind of establishment. If it's Alberto, so be it, and I'll let you know how that goes.
Jack in the Box.
There's another one. Yeah, there's another one. But I've done that for years now. I don't know.
There's Norm's Foo.
No, they're closed, dude. The pandemic fucked us.
Wow.
How many times do I have to say it? Anyway.
Another one, Foo. Another one.
Well, we'll figure this out. I think we're going to get through this. This is a bigger threat than the pandemic ever was, if you ask me.
A food shortage?
The breakfast food shortage at 2 a.m. Very select few are pissed.
Yeah.
Mainly only the TFE.
mainly, yeah.
Mainly
all right.
the TFE.
Well, let's move on. You want to get started with Geeking Out, man?
Yeah, man.
All right, we'll be back in 2 and 2. Geeking Out is brought to us by Streak Fighter, the new whitening detergent by Capcom. Yeah. Especially for you, Josh,
right.
you dirty fuck. Hey, so so you wanted to talk about What If. I got to say, this most recent one is my favorite episode thus far.
Oh, this is a real tearjerker.
And you know, it makes
man.
it so that the Foos' least favorite one, which is the most previous one before that, the one where What If Thor was the only child, it actually helps this one along because it's almost like a direct sequel to it, right? Because we see Ultron take over Vision, at least introduce himself into that world.
Yeah, we finally see like why the fuck Ultron is showing up with a huge ass army of other Ultrons and looks all knighted out like he's the fucking knight of the galaxy or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, pretty much in this What If, it was titled What If Ultron Won. It starts off with this dystopian Earth where you just see Hawkeye and Black Widow fighting, and pretty much what's happened up until this point is that Ultron finally, instead of the Avengers stealing Vision, they end up, you know, never stealing him, and Ultron ends up taking over the body, becoming Ultra Vision.
Yeah.
And he pretty much, as soon as he takes over Vision's body, he has everything he needs and wipes out the entire world. He launches all of the nukes. While he launches all the nukes, he kills everyone except for Hawkeye and Black Widow because they are in the Quinjet in space as everything's blowing up. And so they're pretty much the last survivors on this world and on this Earth. And then you see Ultron just expanding out into space. Or, well, first, actually, after he kills everyone, you see him standing amongst the rubble. Like almost instantly, we see Thanos from Infinity War just pop up with already all 5 stones in his
just missing
gauntlet.
the Mind Stone. Yeah.
Missing the Mind Stone. And, dude, without hesitation, Ultron literally just fucking Resident Evil's his ass and saw them like cuts him right in half, lasers his ass right in half.
Thanos
like,
didn't stand a fucking chance.
Yeah,
Not
it's
a
just like,
second
wait,
went
Vision
by.
could have done that.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? But it's just like, wow. And then he takes over all the stones, and I thought this was awesome. How you just see everything kind of materialize, and then he pretty much like instantly, as soon as he absorbs all of the stones, he knows exactly what to do. He materializes using the reality stone, all of the different Ultrons, creates that super like knight armor that he ends up wearing, and he just decides, hey, all right, let's go fuck shit up, dogs. Well, you know, like Decepticons or Autobots, let's roll out, let's fuck shit up. And his first stop is to go to Asgard, and we see him like just one shot, one kill.
Yeah,
the
totally
entire
like
fucking
Independence Day, the shit out of it.
Yeah, for real. And then right after that, he goes to the Sovereign, which we remember from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where like they had those like weird power batteries.
Yeah.
He wipes them out. Next thing you know it, you see him invade Sakaar, where Hulk was, and like destroys everything there. He devours Ego, like literally. You just see him land on Ego, and then it just implodes from within and kills him. And then while he's trying to destroy Xandar, he pretty much comes into contact with Captain Marvel, who fights him what looks like, hey, oh shit, she's finally got him. Like that's it, it's over.
Takes him into the core of the planet.
Yeah, like you think it's done, and he just like nothing, like fucking nothing, picks her up and says, "You're interesting, but not good enough," pretty much, and he just wipes her out, kills her along with the entire planet, and he's just standing amongst the rubble, realizing he won. That's it. He's got what he wanted in this universe.
Yeah, there's nobody else alive as far as we know.
No one else alive. Exactly. As far as where he's at.
Yeah.
And he realizes that the Watcher's there. Like he actually hears the Watcher narrating.
Right.
That he's seeing him. And so at that point, Watcher's like, oh, what the fuck? He realizes that, oh shit, now that he has all of these stones, this guy learned how to navigate through all the other multiverses. And then we kind of cut to his only hope being Natasha and Clint finding Arnim Zola's little pretty much his computer, and trying to use him to help take out Ultron. And it's this whole little back and forth where Clint's kind of like pretty much lost it. He doesn't want to live anymore. He wants to give in. And so they finally find Zola, and then they try to lure all of the Ultrons to them. Meanwhile, while all of this is happening, the A story, you see Ultron fighting with what's his name? Utaku or
the Watcher.
The Watcher. You see him fighting the Watcher. It like Ultron's pretty much smacking him through different dimensions.
Yeah, it's crazy.
When we even see like what looks to be like a glimpse of Mustafar, like a lava planet in the back that he like smashes him to. So Star Wars is in Marvel now. I mean, they're a Marvel comic technically, so it's possible.
Imagine. I mean, why the fuck not? And this is what Patton Oswalt was saying in that filibuster in Parks and Recreation. Dude, they can completely
the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
Boba Fett, rich.
One of the best like impromptu fucking speeches I've ever heard. And the fact that thing was like improv. And apparently he's given it a lot of thought, and this was his opportunity to actually put it all together and materialize it for Parks and Recreation. Was probably one of the best filibusters I've ever heard.
I think he was literally just waiting for an opportunity. He's like, "Hey, do you have some like improv material that you can?"
He actually has a story about that. He has a funny story about that, and it went exactly like that.
I love Patton Oswalt. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, fuck it. For all we know, it very well could be, and I would totally be down for that. That's awesome, since the Star Wars animated series are just kind of taking off from this point.
Right.
And then we see like the Watcher. He puts himself some nice tough looking armor, and it makes it look like he's fighting back Ultron.
Like he just morphed, like he's a Power Ranger or something.
Yeah, it's morphin' time.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, he just gets his fucking ass kicked.
Yeah, he met his match for sure.
Yeah, and on the other end, you have Natasha and Clint finally able to bring in all the other Ultrons, thinking that, okay, we can infect one, then it'll take it to the hive mind. But it doesn't work when they actually do, because the hive mind's not in reach.
It's not there, which is Ultron.
It's not there. Yeah, and so they're all running away from him. Clint kind of uses this weird force field to hold back the Ultrons, but ultimately he ends up, which is kind of, it's supposed to be cosmic symmetry. I get it, but he ends up sacrificing himself the same way that Natasha does in Endgame, where it's just like, I'm done, like I'm doing this. So he ends up killing himself, and then pretty much Zola and Black Widow are the last people on Earth, technically. And so they kind of contemplate like, why didn't it work? And Zola pretty much says, well, it only, it makes sense if he wasn't in this known universe.
Right.
And she's like, what does that mean? Well, he's outside of our concept of this reality. Meaning, yeah, he's got access to multiple realities, and he can fuck shit up. And that's exactly what we see. We see him like take it through New York, where you notice Steve Rogers is getting sworn in as president.
Right.
And then you see him in Wakanda beating the shit out of him. And then ultimately they end up in this desert And when they get to this desert, Ultron just pretty much whips his dick out and says, "What you gonna do now, bitch?" And so pretty much the Watcher ends up running away and going to literally the only universe that Ultron will not want to go to,
Because it's been
which
destroyed
is
already.
exactly the Doctor Strange, the evil Doctor Strange universe that pretty much he destroys entirely. And so I like the nice little back and forth between Benedict Cumberbatch and the Watcher. It's just like, no, I want to hear you say it. Like, 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 come on now. And pretty much my guess was correct. The Watcher is gonna fuck with reality and bring in this multiversal Avengers.
Yeah,
To
the ones that
stop
we've been introduced
Ultron.
to already.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna probably get Party Thor. We're gonna get obviously Doctor Strange. We're gonna get the Black Widow. They will bring in Supreme Spider-Man, and they will also most likely bring in. I think I saw them bringing in Gamora. I'm not quite sure which version. I think it's supposed to be one where she takes over for Thanos.
All right.
Or something along those lines. But yeah, man, fuck, dude, this whole series is obviously Star-Lord, T'Chaka, or T'Challa, and then Peggy Carter, Captain America, Peggy Carter.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like it's so yeah, man, this series has just been phenomenal. It opens the door to even more we're gonna get more what ifs. This isn't just season one, dude. Like this is season one, man. We're gonna get season two, and it has so much lifespan that it can take on.
In actual other Marvel movies, we've seen more than one Watcher too. Like, so why is this guy alone? Where are the rest of them? That's my question too. What do you figure?
Yeah, that's something that we need to get answered as well. Yeah, you're right. You are right. You see him in, I think it was volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
When he's talking to that Stan Lee character, and he's just telling him the stories. So yeah, who knows? We still need to know about that. And then also, this potentially could lead to our reveal of the next big villain, meaning Kang the Conqueror. Because who else can kill or destroy Ultron but the one person that pretty much ruled all of reality before, which is Kang the Conqueror. So this is the perfect way to introduce him, or at least allude to him being out there. So I can't wait for episode 9, man.
It's funny you say that because earlier I was telling Steph that how come a guy like Ultron who has his powers from the Infinity Stones can fuck with the Watcher when we've seen a universe where, like the timekeeping universe, or what are the quantum realm, where the stones are irrelevant. Like they just sit in a fucking drawer.
Well, this is my only explanation for this, and hear me out, because if you remember where they got Ultron, Ultron was an AI already living within the Mind Stone. So Ultron is the Mind Stone incarnate, meaning by once the Mind Stone, pretty much he's just a stone. This guy is literally just a massive Infinity Stone now that he's combined all of the different powers. So the laws of physics, the laws of reality mean absolutely nothing to this guy anymore.
Are you saying that then Thanos would have had that same power if he wanted to use it? No,
because Thanos, if he had the brain capacity and the intelligence to do that,
to think of it,
possibly, but you got to think about it this way: Ultron's still an AI. He's still a computer in just a bioengineered body in what Vision is. So that's what gives him that that extra advantage, that AI technology. So with that AI technology, there's nothing inhibiting him. There's nothing there's no emotion. All it is just straight thought and analysis. So he can figure out how to use these stones to their advantage, to the fullest, without really thinking of possible repercussions. All he wants to think about is the end in mind, his end goal, destroying everything and bringing peace among worlds. So to me, in a technology standpoint, it makes sense because he's a robot. He's just going to keep doing what his objective is regardless, and he's going to figure out and problem solve how to achieve this objective.
And he just so happens to have the stones.
Correct. And remember, he is a stone, in fact, because he they pulled him from the Mind Stone.
Mm-hmm.
They just added a little bit of Tony's mentality and a little bit of Bruce's, um, intelligence brainwaves to pretty much create Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, this is pretty much the AI that was built from the stones. So that's my interpretation of it, because it pretty much just creates it creates this OP fucking villain, dude. It's like the ultimate cheat code.
Yeah.
You know,
It's funny, man, because this makes me wish that Age of Ultron was a better movie. I wouldn't say that it's one of the. It's probably the worst Avengers movie, if you ask me.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, well, dude, there's only 4, and
it's the worst.
Fortunately, it doesn't beat Endgame.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't beat Infinity War, and it does not beat the first one.
Yeah.
So, by default,
where do you put them? Now that we're talking about them, how would you stack them up?
Exactly how I described them.
Like that?
Endgame, Infinity War, Avengers, and then Age of Ultron at the end.
What about you, Steph?
What? You know what? I can't remember what happens in the first one.
It's when Loki starts fucking shit up.
Oh, shit.
New York, Battle of New York.
Oh, right. Fuck.
Any day now.
I really, you know what? I'm going to have to agree with Josh.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Looks like we all
I think
agree
that's
then.
Fair.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, Josh, what else you got?
Well, Foo, I mean, obviously, What If takes pretty much the brunt of Geeking Out, seeing as how it's such a huge event.
Yeah.
But we still got other stuff coming out. October 10th, we have one of our newly favorite animes, Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
It's finally returning for season 2. And for Foo, we got the treat of Mugen Train over the summer, which was fucking great. One of the best anime movies I've seen in in a long time, and I've seen a lot, and from start to finish, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, pretty much October 10th, season 2 starts. It'll be on Funimation, Crunchyroll. It will also be on Hulu, I believe. And all the initial episode, the season premiere, will be a original story, but it will ultimately lead into the Mugen Train storyline. So they are still planning on retelling the movie through the season, at least for the first half.
Oh, so for those who didn't watch the movie?
For those who didn't or couldn't catch the movie, this is now your opportunity to see what the movie is in a more long form.
You think they're just going to cut the movie up? Like they're going to slice it up?
No.
They said that they are going to be a little bit more, what is it? What do I want to say? Honest, or what do I? True to the manga. There.
Okay.
Isn't the manga
a little bit more?
Isn't the manga finished already? Like it's a short series,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. They finished the manga already, so the anime is not too far behind.
Yeah.
Same thing with like My Hero Academia, which I'll get into after this as well. But yeah, so they're just gonna kind of add in a little bit more tidbits to like the Mugen Train storyline. We're still gonna get ultimately the same ending, because I mean that happens in the manga, which is like, oh damn, to see Roshi Rengoku go down like that. Oh my god, so heartbreaking.
No, we still need to watch it. We haven't watched it yet.
What?
We haven't watched it yet.
You need to watch it.
I know.
Both of you.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, you guys need to watch it. But here's the thing: this is when the actual anime like canon is going to kick in, or at least where it follows through after season 2 in the manga.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually going to start. The first episode on December 5th is when the next arc begins, when they get to their next destination and start meeting the other inner 12 demons that Kibutsugen has. So, guys, if you guys haven't watched Demon Slayer, get out there, watch it. It's on, again, Funimation, Crunchyroll. It is also on HBO Max, I believe. Or no, it's on Netflix. I'm sorry. Yes, it's on Netflix right now. So get out there, watch it, man. It's a great anime. It's one of the best new ones. They actually had the intro song at the Olympics this past.
That's right.
This
it.
past
They played
Olympics. It's a great song. Great song.
They did it jazz band style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, Demon Slayer, Mugen Train. Also, continuing on where I left off with My Hero Academia, they just finished season 5, and the season 6 will pretty much be their last one, where they're
Oh.
going to tie up the entire anime in a bow. And Foo, it's really gotten to a point where you would actually like it.
Hey, all right.
It has gotten dark. Like towards the second half of this
Sick.
season, we finally learned the origin of Shigaraki,
Mhm.
what caused him to go crazy, what he actually did, and where those hands came from. Oh
Okay.
man,
Hands.
it's just gonna it gets darker and darker. Even in the manga, like when I was reading it up until this point,
Mhm.
when it got this dark, I was like, wait, what? Like this was not how it was portrayed for the beginning of the anime and manga.
But
And yeah, it
since the beginning, at least, and I don't know a lot about My Hero Academia, but I know the concept because I saw most of that first season with you guys when you were watching it over at the old
I
house.
think you saw up until like a little bit of the second season. Too.
Yeah, but I can appreciate now that it's actually happening the potential that it always had to go this dark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's coming. It's
Yeah.
here now, man. I mean, even season 3,
Kinda like
there's
Harry
an arc
Potter.
in season 3 where they kidnap Bakugo, and which is the best friend slash arch rival of Deku. That's
Mhm.
just a dickhead, always screaming every episode.
Yeah, fucking hate that kid.
Like, yeah, like that part where they kind of like fuck up their camp. That was a pretty dark end. That was a pretty dark part of it. And then it gets even darker, and it's gonna get even darker once we see actual shit go down. So Foos, catch up on it. It's on my Funimation, so you
Nice.
guys have access.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So season 6 will premiere, I believe, next March.
Nice.
So the anime is actually not that far behind too about ending. I think
Mm.
they're gonna end around that time too. So yeah, they'll have enough time to start writing it. Now, Foos.
Speaking of anime,
What? Oh.
Baki is back.
Oh God. Yeah,
Your
it's
favorite anime.
So Baki was a thing. It was an anime on Netflix that I checked out with Steph because I used to watch another anime called Baki the Grappler, which is about martial arts. This kid named Baki is supposed to be like the best fighter in the world. Blah 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 blah. It was awesome, when I was checking that out, and then we saw the other kind of reimagining of Baki called Baki, and then it sucked. It absolutely sucked. They never solved anything. They never paid anything off ever. They always left you hanging. Every episode was a cliffhanger, and they never resolved it. It pissed me off to no end. And
well,
now,
how many seasons was that? Like 2, 3 seasons?
we're like, oh, this is season 3. They're bound to give us everything
yes,
now. They're gonna blow their load so hard. No, nothing. And now there's another series called Baki something, right?
Baki Hanuma.
But yeah, so
Who knows why they needed to rename it, right? And they're starting in season 1.
they could have just done a season like 4 and given us answers.
And it's like the trailer starts off with, "My name is Baki." And it's like, it's another origin story?
Great.
Oh my God.
Wait, they're rebooting it?
That's
It's
what
a
it sounds
different
like
Baki?
based on the trailer that we saw.
Yeah,
It's gonna be like fucking Gundam 5000, where it's just like it goes by different names all of a sudden
No,
now.
okay, but the difference between Gundams is that there's a different main character each time they reboot it. Baki is still Baki.
Yeah, he's still the same
series.
fighter. He still has a beef with his dad, who used to be a great fighter.
Who he never fights.
Yeah, he never fight him. That's what we want to see when we were watching Baki for 3 fucking seasons and nothing. Now I'm mad.
Oh, he's fucking fuming
Foo,
over
take
here.
your pills. Take your pills, Foo.
Okay. What were you gonna say?
Well, Foo, since you interrupted me with that shitty anime suggestion, I'll
Anyway,
give you
catch
guys
Baki
the.
now on Netflix.
Speaking of Netflix, Foo, there's a great series that's out there right now, and you guys are watching it, Squid Games.
Ah, yes,
And-
good old Squid Game. This is like a combination of Hostel and Saw, and
Hunger Games.
and Hunger
all
Games
mixed into one.
all into one. There you go.
All into
Yeah,
one, man.
yeah.
And God damn, this thing is fucking nuts. It's
taking
nuts,
off,
man. Like, yeah, it's a Korean series, and it pretty much takes place in Seoul, South Korea, and you follow this one guy who's just straight down on his luck. His daughter's birthday, he he doesn't want just the small pittance that his mom gives him as an allowance. Mind you, this guy's 47 years old. Foo, if I'm ever 47 years old and still living with my mom, just put me out of my misery here.
Will do.
I give you my permission.
I'm setting my watch right now. Might need that shit in writing. I mean,
I'll fucking sign it in blood, dog.
We'll get a notary.
Don't worry, I got you, dog. I know a guy.
Sweet.
I know a guy that knows a guy.
All right.
Stamped.
And pretty much this guy ends up stealing his mom's debit card and like withdrawing a shitload of money from her, goes to the racetracks like an upstanding gentleman would, and he ends up blowing almost all of his money except for one horse that he finally wins on. He wins like a few million, like I think they're called won. That's their currency. And dude's fucking excited, being an idiot, mind you, screaming at the top of his lungs, I won, carrying the fucking money out. It's just like, dude, you're just asking for shit to happen to you right now. It's, especially out in the open. And as he's talking to his daughter, trying to prep her for this amazing, expensive dinner and great birthday present, he ends up running into some old friends, and they end up fucking him over, threatening to cut out his eye, cut into his brain with the fucking ice pick. Fucking gnarly ass stuff, dude. And so this guy is just like, dude, I'm out of options. And I can't, no, it's not at this part, but pretty much he ends up, getting whatever money he can from the chick he tipped at the window when he got his payout.
Yeah.
And he ended up just taking his daughter for like a cheap, little junk food dinner. But before that, he goes to play like this weird claw game, and this kid comes up to him to fucking school him, like, nah, dog, you got to do it this way. And he gets this box that just has like a nice little bow. That's it. Just a box and a bow. Dickhead doesn't bother to open it just to double check. I mean, you could just slide it off and double check, but whatever. And the daughter sees it and opens it up. It's a fucking gun, but it's a lighter. It's a gun lighter. And he ends up keeping it anyway. He's on the train back after dropping off his daughter, and this dude just approaches him and literally asks, "Do you want to play a game?" Like, and
guy in a suit, just out of nowhere.
The guy in the suit, out of nowhere, with the briefcase, asks, "Do you want to play a game?" Opens the briefcase, bunch of money, and then these two weird little like pads. I guess it's a game they play there.
Yeah, it's very much like our Pogs, where like you got to slam one on top of the other and then make it flip over. And he keeps he promises that if he flips it over, he gets like all this cash. And then after a certain, but if he doesn't, he gets to smack him.
Yeah, and deduct the $100,000 that he would have owed.
Yeah.
So pretty much this is like an intro to, okay, this is pretty much the games that we're going to be playing. If you want this money, you're going to have to take some pain. So this dude just gets bitch slapped up left and right. And finally wins the 100,000. The guy offers him to play a grander game, gives him this card, and then he goes,
PlayStation card.
Yeah.
It's missing the X, right?
Yeah.
And so then after that, he goes home, he thinks about it, he calls the number, they come to pick him up, and they gas him. And then he wakes up in this room with 55 other people that are in like these weird, like Willy Wonka style fucking bunk beds, jumpsuits and stuff with numbers on them.
Which actually, if you think about it, that is a pretty impressive job for all that staff to dress these knocked out people and put them in a bed. And just
not only
leave silently.
In one bed, like the height at which some of these other beds were, like you had 4x4 ones. So it's like, wow, like that really, you must have some type of contraption just to drop them, like a crane or something up there. Like, what is the logistics behind that?
Like,
I need to speak to your operations manager.
Yeah, no kidding. That guy's killing it.
Right?
That guy is crushing it.
After they get into
I need that guy for my warehouse.
It's just like the mise en scene and the cinematography of where they're at is just so beautiful and it's so clean. The rooms that they go into, even the outside field where they're at, with the walls painted like the sky. I thought that was. I really like that. I really like that part.
Dope. Yeah, that reminded me of like the Truman Show, where it's all in a dome, but it was like you can't tell that it's not real.
Right.
But
unless you go right up to it.
But yeah, anyway, they get started and they get told, hey, so you're going to participate in this game, and they're given rules and a contract to sign, and there's only 3 rules. You remember what those 3 rules were, Josh?
The first rule was you cannot. Wasn't it that you cannot not participate in the game?
Or you were eliminated?
Players cannot stop playing.
Yeah, players cannot stop playing. The second one, a player who stops playing will be eliminated. And then the third rule was you can only stop playing if it is by a unanimous decision.
Or it's a
majority
decision, yes.
Right.
So, yeah, so they give them the rules, and they tell them that, there'll be a cash prize at the end. They just drop down a little fucking piggy bank over everyone's head, but they don't tell them the cash prize because they say they want to wait until after the first game. So pretty much first game, they all sign on the dotted line, and they get walked through this. I forget what painting that is, where it's like the multidimensional stairs, and you just see everyone like walking.
Oh yeah, I forget, but yeah.
I can't remember what painting that is, but dude, it's crazy. It's crazy that they pulled that off. That was amazing. And then they finally get to this weird outside area, which Steph alluded to earlier, where you can't really tell their walls until like you start seeing like seagulls like fly over it.
Right.
And then like they fly back and you don't see them go anywhere. So then you notice that they're walls. And so then you see right in the middle on the other side, this weird little girl doll standing with 2 people next to her. People part of the Squid Game.
Yeah, I think it was like 10 feet tall.
Yeah, 10 feet tall. 10 feet tall girl doll out there. And they tell them the rule of the game, and the game is red light, green light. The green light, when the doll yells green light, you can run to the other end, and you have 5 minutes to complete this
Well, it's actually, I don't think the doll yells green light, right? She starts singing a song.
No, she's saying red light, green light.
Okay.
Green light, yeah.
Oh, right, it's in Korean.
It's green
right.
light. Yeah.
Couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, so they say, she says green light. If green light, they move, and then if she says red light, they have to stop moving altogether, because she turns around and you see her eyes, like the cameras in her eyes moving and scanning to see any subtle movement from any of the participants. And you see that right away when the first 2 dumbasses make a bet to see who makes it to the end. And the dude like runs, and he doesn't stop all the way. Like he kind of like stops a little forward. Yeah. Boom.
Done.
Just shot.
But he got shot from the front side of the face, so not everybody saw that. Like, people saw that he got shot, but they didn't see that if he got like killed.
Yeah, they just thought he got taken down, because the other guy went up like, "Hey man, are you okay?" And then the other dude's you see him cough up blood. And then as soon as you see him cough up blood, the other guy gets shot because he moved slightly. And then boom, fucking chain reaction. You see a bunch of other people just fucking get gunned down.
Because they're running towards the exit.
Because they're running towards the exit. They're knocking other people over. The people they're knocking over are getting shot.
Yep.
It's just pandemonium. Mind you, there are still a good number of people that are standing still, pretty much out of fear.
There's or smarts, because they realize, oh shit, let me not move so I don't die.
Yeah, I don't want to die. So luckily they all survived. And then the thing, the announcer repeats, like, let me repeat after me. Let me repeat this again. These are the rules. Like, and they repeat the same rules again. So then people start to realize, like, fuck, like we can actually die. And so the main character meets one of his old friends is in the same situation as him, and they kind of realize, like, hey, if you stand behind someone, they won't be able to track your movements. So try to stay behind someone at all times. And it works for a good amount of time. But then people that get gunned down, they're on the ground still. They're grabbing at your legs, like they grab at his leg, almost preventing him from from making it all the way.
Yeah.
Slows them down. It was pretty nerve-wracking, man. But that's fucking episode 1.
Yeah, that was episode 1. Mm-hmm. And you know, at the end of episode 1, they take that vote. They utilize rule number 3 and they get out of there, which makes me, you know, I've seen, I'm up to episode 3 right now where they're gonna go back. And so I wonder, is it going to be the same amount of people that were there before? Have they recruited another over 250 people who died in the most recent game? I'm not there yet. So, and then what kind of games are they going to play now? And then why is it called Squid Game? Now, we're introduced to the way that he used to play a game that they invented as kids called Squid Game out in the out in the park. But why is the show called Squid Game? Or why is that important to the show is what I'm interested in too.
Whoa, we'll find out.
So speaking with some of my coworkers that have also seen this series, one of them finished it.
Okay.
And they advised that from season 3 on, pay attention to the walls of that warehouse where they're sleeping. Because the walls on the back of the walls, they are actually the games that each of them are going to be playing.
Oh.
So you see hide and seek, you see red light, green light, and then you'll see a lot of the other ones just kind of painted on the wall subtly. So pay attention to that for anyone watching. Because I'm not quite sure how it really comes up to, you know, how it correlates to Squid Games, specifically that style that he kind of detailed at the beginning of the intro.
Or the only relevancy that it has is that the fact that they said, you know, if you lose in Squid Game, you quote die.
Yeah.
You know.
So it could be just that they just took that take on it. But yeah, man, it's fucking great. There's only 9 episodes in it. Season 2 is announced for sure for next year.
Yeah.
Or at least they haven't announced the release date, but they did announce that a season 2 will be coming out. So
nice.
Yeah, we'll have more info on that. And I'm definitely going to be finishing season.
It's such a gnarly show. It's just a fucking gnarly show.
Right now, Squid Games is the #1 show on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
I believe it.
Better be.
It's so good. So good.
All right, man. Well, did you have anything else for Geeking Out here?
I think we're done, Foo.
All right, man. Well, everybody stick around for the Joint Report. We'll be right back.
Nerd! Are you on weed? Give me some. I'll smoke you 2 under the table.
The Joint Report is brought to us by Bud Naked, the only smoking lounge for nudists. Well, on today's Joint Report, guys, I got something off of High Times magazine, a cool article that really notifies us that things are going in the right direction, where Los Angeles County is set to dismiss 60,000 cannabis convictions. It was recently announced that all these convictions would be dismissed in LA County due to the district attorney, George Gascon, and the Social Impact Center, which is a nonprofit organization with ties to government, grassroots organization, and people in undeserved communities. They're the ones that are behind all these dismissals. This decision follows the passing of a bill called Assembly Bill 1793, which dismissed around 66,000 cannabis convictions in 2020. The latest dismissals were announced during Week of Action and Awareness, once known as National Expungement Week. Now around 125,000 dismissals in total have been granted. For example, back in 2016, Gascon co-authored Proposition 64, known as the Adult Use of Marijuana Act, which legalized the possession, transport, purchase, consumption, and sharing of up to 1 ounce of marijuana and up to 8 grams of marijuana concentrates for adults 21 and over, which is what we're living in right now and reaping those benefits on a daily basis. Dismissing these convictions means the possibility of a better future to thousands of disenfranchised people who are receiving this long-needed relief, he says. It clears the path for them to find jobs, housing, and other services that previously were denied to them because of the unjust cannabis laws. And so, the fact that they are dismissing all of these convictions is great. But what doesn't exactly solve the problem is the expungement that everybody is asking for. Now, I've been pretty lucky I I mean, I got arrested once, and then I served a night in the jailhouse. They were going to take me to county until I was bailed out at the very last second. The Foos shares a similar story as well. And so the fact that I can't imagine what my life would be like if, that I didn't get that thing dismissed. If I would have ended up with a misdemeanor or worse felony for having possession of it, I would have had to wait until age 34, which what I'm currently at right now, to even anticipate any kind of like conviction being overturned. Like I would have already served time. I can't imagine the people who weren't as lucky as me to like how much more positive and how much more different their lives would be if none of this would have happened to them. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, man. No, I mean, Foo, yeah, you're really lucky, and I think this is amazing. This is the first step in expunging a lot of, not only in California, but also it's a good step overall federally and legalizing it, man. I mean, you got to start somewhere. And yeah, man, your situation would definitely be like a what if episode 9.5.
Yeah.
What if Foosy got sent to the Who's Gal?
Yeah. The Who's Gal, indeed.
Jail cell. Yeah. They close it, and you're just pulled in the bars. Credits.
Yeah, it's gonna be a worse version of the Seinfeld final episode.
You're gonna play at the jailhouse, Foo, with the TFP?
Yeah. Right. So, and then the second thing I had for the joint report is just to pose a question. Now, we've already talked about local weed laws here in California, but we are going to Hawaii this week. And based on what I know, Hawaii, it's only allowed to have cannabis on a medical use. So you have to have a medical card. Now, one thing that crossed my mind, Josh, you tell me if this is feasible. If they require a card, if they were anything like California, they would have places where you can go get your card, be seen by a doctor, and get your card so you can get some weed. Are you down?
Get back to me in a couple of days.
Okay. Well,
I would be possibly down only because needs my weeds, Food.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. Now, the one thing that would put a damper on that entire idea is if they're only allowing Hawaiian citizens to go in and get their medical weed card. But we can ask around. Let's see what's up. Actually bring a joint report from firsthand knowledge. What do you got there, Steph?
Okay, this is from greenaloha.com.
Oh,
and it says. It only allows patients with a Hawaii out-of-state patient card to purchase medical marijuana. So you have to apply for it in advance, according to this website.
But I already have my ID card. Now, it says McLovin on it, but it is Hawaiian.
It still works, Foo.
All right, cool.
Yeah. You just have to stand a little bit further away from the cashier, hand it, and then step back.
Right.
So, the field of view is not that great.
And knock her glasses off her face.
Could be passable.
All right.
Foo, they almost actually passed a bill to legalize marijuana earlier this year, but it did not pass the state Senate floor with a 24. Actually, I'm sorry, the legalization bill passed the Senate in a historic 20-5 vote. But you want to know when the effective date is, Foo?
What's that?
21/37.
Get the fuck out of here!
Effective date. Yes, and it doesn't talk about any expunction. It doesn't talk about any other legalese.
Oh my god!
As far as marijuana being legal, so yeah, pretty much medical is going to be the only thing, at least until they revise or put an amendment to this bill.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Nobody is higher on a day-to-day than a Hawaiian. Am I right?
I mean, Foo, you're not wrong, Foo. They're the chillest, bro.
You gotta chill, brah. Shaka, bro. You know what? And my other, we're gonna get off of this topic real soon. But talking about Hawaii still, I'm probably gonna walk up to one of their local congressmen and ask them straight, blank to their face, why the fuck does Hawaii have interstates? They're an island. How's that work?
Well, Foo, they're a state.
Yeah, but an interstate freeway to connect them to another state? Really? They have one. What's that about? I don't get it.
Foo, you must mean intrastate.
Yeah. You know what I meant.
I mean, Foo.
Anyway. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for the joint report. You got sports for us today, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on with sports.
Smoke weed every day.
Foobar Sports is brought to us by Pigskins, the only pork rinds shaped like footballs.
That actually sounds delicious, Foo.
Mm-hmm.
Watch you get my hopes up.
It's not hard to do. You just got to cut it up like a pigskin.
Football.
Yeah.
Like a football.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you got for us today, man?
Well, Foo, since you're on the topic of football, I'm sad to report, Foo, that your LA Rams are no longer undefeated. The undefeated dreams of the Rams have been.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't talk about that, but does this mean now that the Raiders have a better record than the fucking Rams?
Foo, that is TBD until their game tomorrow night against the Chargers. So you still have a chance.
But as we speak, as we record this, that is the case.
Percentage-wise, Foo. Percentage-wise. You still have the same amount of wins, but percentage-wise, the Raiders are superior.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I mean, Foo, Raiders. I mean, the Foo may be right. So we'll find out tomorrow. But they lost
can't
today
be right if you've been saying this is the year every year.
I mean, Foo, you can though.
But that doesn't make you right.
But it does though.
No.
I mean, Foo, there are flaws in your logic, dog. I'm just saying.
Whatever,
saying.
All right.
Well, Foos, you got your butt smacked by the fucking Arizona Cardinals by some desert birds. That the birds, this is fucking ironic because they're called the Arizona Cardinals. There's not a fucking goddamn cardinal in that entire goddamn state.
Right.
It makes absolutely no fucking sense. The same way there are no goddamn lakes in fucking Los Angeles.
And I don't even think they have a strong Catholic presence either.
They don't.
So
not
it doesn't
even
make any
Wow.
sense.
And that's kind of ironic too, because when you think about the Stanford Cardinal,
Right.
they are actually literally named after the cardinal from the Catholicism, and they're in Stanford,
right.
Northern California.
So it goes priest, bishop, cardinal, right? Is that the order of things?
Yes.
And then pope?
Yeah, priest, bishop, cardinal, and then pope is the ultimate.
You haven't even seen my final form.
That is the ultimate. That is the evolution of the priest.
Right.
Yeah, you have to have the the pontiff pope hat though to make the final evolution to pope. Yeah, that's the special item you need in order to evolve them. And make sure there's no kids. Make sure the kids haven't been touched. That's the other condition.
Yeah. As long as you're clear, there's the black light test that they get.
Yes, the black light test.
Yeah.
And the penis check, Food. Don't forget the penis check.
Why is this going in this direction?
You know what?
What would a priest want to stick up my butt?
Oh, Stanley. Oh, God.
I think that was Kyle. Wasn't it?
That was Stanley.
All right, whatever.
Yeah, that was Stanley. Anyways. You know what? Anyway, going back to football, the Raiders play tomorrow. Tom Brady had his return to New England today, and
he's not retired yet?
they won. He returned to New England to play against the Pats, and he beat the Pats in his old house. He went to his ex's pad and he said, "Hey, yo, I want to hit it a little bit, but it's cool. I'm gonna leave in a little bit, so it's fine. We're chill though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, peace.
Here's some change. Here's some cab fare.
Here's some change. Yeah. Clean yourself up a little bit, all right?
Yeah.
Peace. Yeah, but other than that, football. I mean, football's football. Football's going on strong. And let me give you a nice little fantasy football update.
Here we go.
let me give you a little insight into the Foos record. It is the inverse record of the Raiders.
He hasn't won once?
He hasn't won once, though he has a chance. This week, he is barely a chance, but he has a chance. The Foo is going up against our favorite mischievous character, Yantas. And, Hot Wheels, Foo. Hot Wheels against the Foo.
Why do you call him Wheels again, Foo?
Oh, he's in a wheelchair.
Oh God!
For those of you that don't know, he's confined to a wheelchair. Yeah. I mean, Foo, he's cool with it. He's fine. He knows what he's about, son. And so Yantas has one player left, and the Foo, whose name is Mitch's Please.
What the fuck? Foo.
I don't.
And what's that a reference
to?
Why?
I don't. I'm assuming it is a Butters reference when he says bitches.
He explained it already.
He did?
Yes.
He did. It's a dumb explanation. Still not good enough. Still not good enough.
Well, bitches.
Yes, Foo. It's a dumb name. Foo always has dumb names. Guy can't just stick to one. Anyway, the Foo has two players left. He's leading 94-85 as of this recording. I am very much hoping that Yantas. Sorry, Foo. Sorry. I know this is before your wedding, but you know what? You got to go down, Foo. You got to take one for the team and go 0-4.
This is his moment to shine, though, man. He's been preparing for this win for a very long time.
Well, he's gonna have to wait another week. We'll see, Foo. We'll see. But yeah, besides that, my dad has gone down in spectacular fashion. Every one of his characters, every one of his players just are shit in the bed. He has two main players out. He only has one guy left. He's going up against our least favorite cousin, Iron Ram, Little Sal.
Why is he the least favorite cousin?
This guy, at least in fantasy football, he is more obnoxious than DJ Nocho.
Holy shit. That is saying something.
Yes. This guy was very arrogant after starting 0-2. Barely got a win last week. He's barely beating my dad that's just crawled into this matchup with whatever players he could string up. But hey, it's fine. It's fine. You know, my dad's a resilient man. He can take a punch. He can take a punch.
Right. He has.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Foo. So on top of that, I am gonna end up leading the league. My draft was perfect and still is, Foo. So go fuck all you motherfuckers.
Look at that.
Yeah. This is my year. Same way that's the Raiders' year every year. I'm gonna lose it in the first year.
This is your music when you finally fucking start beating everybody. Anyway, yeah.
This is gonna be me when the light shines through when I win.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing, Foo.
If you beat them, you will come.
I sure will. What's that?
Foo.
Well, Foos, let's get on to some other big news here in LA. We have the MlB playoffs right around the corner. We are in October.
It's not as I expected it, but it is what we have been projecting. The fucking Dodgers are they're gonna take it in the wild card. But who are they playing now?
They will be going up against the St. Louis Cardinals. Speaking of Cardinals, they will be going up against the St. Louis Cardinals. It's going to be in Los Angeles, but actually, let me double check.
Yeah, is it?
Last I checked it.
Let's take a look here.
TBD on that one here.
Okay.
But anyways,
searching.
They looks like it's going to be on Wednesday. I don't see where exactly it'll be played at. But pretty much to sum it up, guys, the Dodgers never caught the Giants. The Giants, they lost one game last night, which gave a lot of us Dodgers fans hope.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, fuck. All right, cool. Like Padres Padres just need to give us one game, man. Just give us just do one fucking thing for us, San Diego. One fucking thing. Just one. No. They lost. They got their asses kicked. Goddamn Slam Diego fucking got too slammed and couldn't fucking finish a goddamn game or a season.
I think they did it on purpose, knowing that they weren't going to go far anyway, and they just gave it away to the Giants in spite of the Dodgers.
You spiteful motherfuckers, you.
Yeah.
You know, that's fine, Foo. That's why they're doomed for mediocrity. It's okay. Cosmic synergy. Anyway, so you got an update for us there, buddy?
Yeah, it's very hard to find. But seeing that it took me straight to Dodgers.com, I'm imagining that it's going to be over in good old Chavez Ravine. So
yes, it is. So I can confirm on ESPN that it'll be premiering. It'll be airing at 5:10.
Yep.
This upcoming Wednesday, October 6th on TBS. And we are going to see Adam Wainwright go up against Max Scherzer, the number one guy.
Oh, man.
So Dodgers are going to take this. I'm not worried about it at all, though we will be going up against our rivals, Foo.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be going up against the Giants once we get to the divisional round. It's
going to be a laundry list of just exciting fucking games. I mean, we already hate the Cardinals. We hate the Giants. Yeah. Who else is in there?
So on the other side, so pretty much these are the teams in. So on the NL side, we have the Milwaukee Brewers going up against the Atlanta Braves. Game 1 is TBD, but so far it's going to look. The start time is TBD, but the date is going to be Friday, October 8th. The Braves visiting the Brewers. And then on the AL side, we have the Chicago White Sox visiting the Houston Trastros. The Tampa Bay Rays will be going up against the winner of that wild card round, which is the Red Sox versus the Yankees.
Oh,
and that is going to be a great series.
Yeah.
I mean, any series against those two rivals alone, they're always good matchups, and I'm so excited to see them going up against each other. But yeah, pretty much everyone. Wild card is going to be Yankees at Boston, and then it's going to be a Tuesday at 8 p.m. The St. Louis Cardinals at the Los Angeles Dodgers Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard or 8 p.m. Eastern time, and then Rays going up against the wild card. So Foo, I think ultimately it's going to be us. I always believe it's going to be us, Foo. It's going to be the Dodgers, and I think it's going to be Dodgers against the Trastros, Foo.
Oh, you think so?
Something just tells me, like when you just get those feelings, like it's building up to build up to that. We're finally going to get that fucking redemption series.
Wouldn't it be that storybook ending?
For Kershaw specifically?
Oh, dude.
Because if Kershaw if we can win a World Series against the Astros, I believe Kershaw will retire a Dodger. He's just going to retire at the end of this year.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're right.
I got my closure, guys.
That's it.
And that would be fitting because his contract is up at the end of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, unless the Dodgers want to do like a one-day contract, just so that way he can officially retire as a Dodger and be a Dodger for life.
I think he's going to get in his bed and then just, die like Yoda and just disappear.
Just vanish into
just
the
vanish, ether. Yeah. And then he's going to be, a ghost.
In reality, he's just going to be in the back behind Oral Kirchheiser and what's his face? Brad Davis.
Mm-hmm.
Just commentating. Yeah, man. Dude, it'd be so great, especially since your Rams on the other end, they have his best friend. His best friend is on the team. And for those of you that don't know, Matthew Stafford, the quarterback of the Rams, is best friends and has always been best friends with Clayton Kershaw. They both grew up together in Texas. They played baseball together. They played football together and basketball together. So they've been friends for years. And so when he came out here, Stafford automatically fell in love with the city, in part to having his best friend out here.
Mm-hmm.
So it would just be fitting to have both of them win one World Series and then a Super Bowl on the other end. Because Foo, if you didn't know, the Super Bowl this year
It's in LA.
is going to be in LA, SoFi Stadium. And they officially announced the halftime entertainment. And Foo, what was your description of this?
Well, when they announced who it was, I was like, "What the fuck? What year is it?" Like 2021, and we're getting
99.
Yeah, we're getting Mary J. Blige, we're getting Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem, and Kendrick, right?
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar. He's going to be there as well. And Foo, I, on the other hand, was very excited about this news, unlike you and the Foo, who seemed a little perturbed by the
K-Dot?
the suggestion that they were going to be playing. Foo, I mean, I'm so down for it. I think it's a nice alternative to fucking Maroon 5, The Weeknd. I mean, The Weeknd was good, but what is it? Have Maroon?
They had Maroon 5 at some point. Bruno Mars. They've
Bruno Mars
killed it with them. I mean, he's been in the Super Bowl 2 or 3 times now.
Yeah, Beyonce's been in it twice.
Yeah, Chili Peppers. They see the problem with the Super Bowl is that they're trying to tailor it for everybody. The Super Bowl halftime show, and that means that you're not going to get like really really good acts that are a part of a niche kind of genre. You're going to try to get something that satisfies everybody, or there's some tits and ass like we saw with J-Lo and Shakira. And you can't unless you're
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's what.
Unless you're like super conservative, you're gonna enjoy the shit out of it. I know everybody did. Visually, it was stunning. It was a stunning performance. I couldn't remember what songs they sang.
Couldn't keep my eyes away from it.
Yep.
Couldn't take my eyes away from it, Foo.
And the one thing that there's really tying these acts this year to LA is really just what Dre and Snoop, right?
Dre, Snoop, and Kendrick, because Kendrick's from Compton as well.
Eminem and Mary J. Blige are only there because they're under Dre's label.
Yeah, well, and they're friends with them. Yeah. I mean, Foo, they're all pretty much. Well, Kendrick's under his label too. Snoop's under his label too.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are under his label.
Okay,
but ultimately, Jay-Z is the deciding factor here, because for those of you that forgot, Jay-Z is in charge of entertainment for the NFL. So everything that all of these acts for like the beginning of the year, for the Super Bowl, for the Pro Bowl, like everything goes through Jay-Z. So he had final say on this, and pretty much he just hit up Dre. He's just like, "Yo,
bring your label,
give me a solid dog." Yeah, just bring them all, man. Let's just bring them all. We're gonna get rap only once in this shit. Just bring all of them. Bring me all of them.
Yeah,
like because I cannot think of a rapper that's been on the Super Bowl.
Oh, what about Travis Scott when they were in Georgia?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Travis Scott. That was okay.
Okay,
that was okay.
All right.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. It's fine. This is better though, Foo.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. I'm a bigger fan of these cats than Travis Scott, personally speaking. But,
yeah, I mean, Travis Scott's cool. He's a cool guy, but
he's a good
cop.
You
can't beat the Drizzle and the Snoop Dizzle and the K Dizzle
and the Mary J. Blizzle
and the Emma Izzle.
Yeah,
Emma Nizzle.
Damn it.
Anyways,
quick question. Let's just see if you guys can guess this right. How much do you think for like a package deal, one ticket for the Super Bowl costs? Just one ticket.
Oh.
Like if you're gonna go by yourself with a package deal.
$15,000.
Josh?
25.
So the cheapest one is less than $6,000.
Oh wow! Okay,
and it goes upwards of $21,000.
Oh, that sounds affordable. Yeah.
Just have to, sell your car,
mortgage the house again.
Mortgage the house again. Yeah, very doable.
Yeah.
I'm all on the internet, just like looking it up. I'm thinking, at most it'll be like $800 for a seat.
What the fuck?
No,
a regular season ticket is just $800.
No, I've seen regular season tickets for like $300-$400.
Yeah, that's up in the nosebleeds, dog.
No, they're lowered. I don't know where you're looking.
Anyway,
SoFi for football?
Yeah.
There's no bad seat at SoFi though. is what I'm told.
No, there isn't.
Yeah.
No, there isn't.
I've seen the interior of that fucking place, and it's fucking. It just. Oh my god. Bill Burr was there recently to see a Rams game, and he did a little like Instagram thing. He's like, this is the, and he goes to every stadium. He has gone to every stadium. He's like, this is the fucking most intense stadium I've ever been to. Just looking at it like that from, he didn't have front row seats, but he was a few sections back from, the field. It looked amazing. The whole thing is just a big spectacle, dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been wanting to go, and I will end up going to a game. But I actually went last year, the year before they officially, finished the stadium. They're still building it. Me and DJ No Chill actually were invited to a presentation.
DJ No Chill.
Where they were planning on selling us tickets, season tickets and seat licenses.
Oh, right.
For SoFi Stadium.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to actually see the physical stadium when we were there, but they showed us this full-on presentation. They walked us into this amazing ass room that was crazy, and then they showed us this model concept of where they were having the stadium, the lake, the other adjoining different buildings, apartments. They're going to have ESPN actually move over by there. So
and now the
ESPN
Clippers are going to be next door too, right?
Yeah, the Clippers are also going to be around there too. They're opening up their new Signia or whatever the fuck.
For what?
It's at. Well, they got to get out of the Lakers' shadow somehow. I mean,
this is the way to do it.
I mean, Taylor Swift has more banners than they do in the fucking Staples Center.
Damn.
For selling that place out.
Yeah, so I mean, come on, man. They gotta do something about that. But yeah, man, that stadium, just alone seeing all that stuff really made me want to go, and seeing everything on the screen that they're showing on TV now, they show walkthroughs. I've had a couple of cousins go to the stadium recently too. Say it's a fucking marvel, man. It's a modern marvel in stadiums, and yeah, I'm excited to go. I'm definitely gonna try to go to a game this year.
Very cool.
We were almost there.
Foos.
Yeah, we almost went for this live vax. It was like Live Aid, but for vaccination awareness. You had to be 14 days vaccinated, or 14 days should have happened before your second vaccination. Mine was 13 days when that day happened, so they didn't let me in. So yeah.
Oh, that's right. I do remember you telling us.
Fucking Foo Fighters and AC/DC, or at least Brian Johnson of AC/DC came out with the Foo Fighters and did Back in Black, and other artists were there too. I was pulling my hair out when I heard what happened, what transpired that evening.
And it was free.
It was free.
The whole concert was free.
Yeah.
But
so mad.
Fucking goddamn shame, Foo.
Yep.
That's a goddamn shame.
Yeah.
Well, Foo, I think that's it for sports.
All right. Well, everybody stick around for the music highlights. The music highlights is brought to us by MlB. Increase your breast size while keeping the natural-looking sag. Get it done at MlB.
See, Foo, no, that's what the people want, Foo. That's what the people want.
Some saggy-ass Ds, but, they weren't Ds before.
I mean, Foo, need them to be little, the natural look, Foo.
MlB.
Yeah.
A little natural.
Get those MlBs by your knees. That's the tagline right there.
Are those really big fake, implants? Are those attractive?
Yeah, to a certain point. When it gets exaggerated, that's when it starts being a little off-putting. You can even see the stretch marks.
It just becomes humorous.
It looks like a beanbag.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Those are a little too much. I mean, Foo, a nice size is a good, maybe an F or a triple D.
What the fuck?
I mean, Foo, I like the boobies. What can I say, Foo?
It's just the size of your fucking head.
Shove them in the.
Fucking Josh. All right. Well, we're doing the music highlights, guys.
With melodies.
I'm with melodies. There's this song that I can't stop listening to, and I wanted to share it on the podcast. I discovered it about a week and a half ago. It's by a band called Sea Girls. The song is called Sick. Check it out. So as you can see, it's very melodic, and a lot of his songs are this way. It kind of reminds me of like an Australian Cheap Trick, of sorts, But man, those Australians definitely know what they're doing when it comes to rock and roll, at least back in the 70s. And to think that, he was given the opportunity to join AC/DC, because I'm sure they recognize how similar he sounded to Bon Scott. Brian Johnson just fit right in, and he came out swinging with Back in Black and those lyrics, and his collaboration with him and the Angus brothers, and he's still doing it, man. Now there was a bit of a scare that he was going to leave AC/DC recently because he was losing his hearing, and we all know how that played out. Axl Rose filled in for AC/DC for quite some time for a tour. And that also showed us that Axl Rose can actually get his shit together for once, and take music seriously too. So
surprise!
Yeah, no kidding. That surprised the shit out of any rock and roll, aficionado. But I think that Brian Johnson's wallet was feeling a little light, so he's still doing it. Like I mentioned earlier, he joined the Foo Fighters for that vaccination event that they had over at SoFi Stadium earlier this year. There's plans for them to start touring again. So either he fixed his hearing problem or he's needing some cash, or both. Who knows?
Does it really have to be cash driven?
No, I'm sure he's getting paid in checks or direct deposit, maybe even.
EFT Foo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
EFT.
There's that now too. Yeah, the fungible shit.
He's a musician, wants to collab, wants to play some music.
Yeah.
Foo, some people do it for the love of music. It's not all about monetary gain, dog.
Right.
Well, let me know when you meet somebody. And I'm just kidding.
I will. Because obviously there's no one here.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I hope you enjoyed that music highlights today, because up next we got the Foo Facts. And Foo Facts, Foos, is brought to us by the new and improved Pet Rock. This is one pet rock you won't take for granted.
Leave.
Get the fuck out.
All right. Off. So you guys come correct with some Foo Facts for today?
Yeah.
I came slightly correct, Foo. Slightly correct.
All right. Well, who wants to go first?
I'll go first, Foo.
All right, Foo.
Yes.
Since we were on a little bit of the theme of baseball earlier, I'm going to continue that. So here are some amazing baseball facts that not a lot of people know about.
All right.
So, Foos, did you know that the sweet spot on the baseball is actually an infinite number in a baseball bat?
Foo Facts! Foo Facts!
Do tell.
So apparently a player has an automatically increased chance of hitting a home run upon hitting the said spot. It sits in the area between 5 to 7 inches from the barrel at the end of the bat. When the bat makes a satisfying crack sound and there is less vibration, then it is said that a player hit the sweet spot. Boom, home run.
Oh, interesting. That's the same logic to hitting the number on a Heinz bottle to get the ketchup out. Yep. You're supposed to hit the number.
The right spot, Foo.
Yeah, that's the 57 that they have there.
It's all about finding that spot, Foo.
57.
Yeah, I don't. And they talked to the CEO of Heinz, and he said that I just like the number 57. There's no reason why it's there.
Yeah.
Huh.
But if you hit it, it gets the ketchup out without you having to, have the hassle of getting it out.
I'll just take the knife.
It's splooging all over you.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want the knife either, because then once you get that air bubble in there, it's all coming out. You're siphoning it pretty much. Yeah. You want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Ketchup bukkake.
Exactly.
Oh my God, it's red. There's so much red.
It's a period piece.
So I tried looking up Foo Facts on the internet, and it auto defaulted to food facts. So
Close enough.
It's close enough. Okay.
Take it.
Ranch dressing is dyed.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
One ingredient in ranch is titanium dioxide, which is used to make it look whiter. It's the same ingredient that is used in sunscreen and paint for coloring.
Wow. Okay.
So I will no longer be having any ranch. Thanks for that, Steph.
You are most welcome. Also, it probably turns your insides whiter. No, I'm just kidding.
If you eat enough of it, you'll get that bleach stainless you always wanted, Josh.
Ooh. Now you're onto something.
Yep.
Just put the ranch right on the butthole. Bleach.
Yeah. Bleached.
Sounds like it would sting. I'll let you guys know my results.
Okay. Report back later.
Yes.
All right. Some sea snakes can breathe through their skin.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
Now, you might think that it's just fish that have gills, but there are several species of sea snake that can breathe through their skin as well. For example, the Hydrophis cyanokinctus has been found to breathe through the top of its own head. It has a small hole and collection of blood vessels at the top of its head for picking up oxygen from the seawater and sending it to the reptile's brain while it moves underwater.
Say that 10 times fast food.
No, I will not.
Can't even say that normal speed.
Nope. All right, go for it.
Here's my next baseball fact. Do you know that the longest MLB game in terms of time lasted for 8 hours and 6 minutes?
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
The year was 1984, May 8th. The game, the White Sox and the Brewers. They had to complete the game in more than 2 days. And it began on May 1984 at Kaminsky Park, where the score tied at 3-3 after 17 innings.
Holy shit.
However, the game resulted in a tie with no more scores were hit the following day, even with a total of 25 innings played.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Some game.
And you think a regular game takes forever to fucking finish.
Yeah.
Go back and finish
being
that.
a fan at that game.
Jesus.
Did they have to come back?
I mean, I would hope they would, recognize that voucher. Like, hey, yo, I was here. I was here yesterday.
Yeah.
Let me in.
All right.
Go, Steph.
Nutmeg is a hallucinogen.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
If you ingest nutmeg in large doses, it works like a hallucinogen due to natural compound called myristicin. It has a mind-altering effect if taken in large doses. Which is I've heard that before on like the Food Network or like other food channels.
So snort some nutmeg.
Yeah, no kidding.
Ingested.
That's what I got out of it.
Oh, you got to just
Not
eat
inhaled.
it. No. All right. Either or. Anyway, let's see here. Dogs actually understand some English.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
Some owners of disobedient dogs may have trouble believing this, Steph, but dogs actually can learn to recognize a vocabulary of 165 words. Unsurprisingly, dogs respond best to short words, as well as words with hard consonants like a T or an R, which may explain why they can hear treat from 3 rooms away.
Yeah, oh, yeah. I think my dogs just heard you say that right now.
Oh, here they come.
Scratching at my door.
And then it just gives a little tip. If you want to expand your dog's vocabulary, be consistent. For example, always call a meal dinner instead of breakfast, lunch, or supper. and don't believe in the myth old dogs can learn words just as well as young dogs. That's just not, the reality. Any dog can learn anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're smart.
Yeah. All right. One more round. You want to go, Josh?
Yeah. Food. All right. So let's see here. So, Foos, baseball originally listed 8 MLB teams.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
So here we go, Foo. There were the Philadelphia Athletics, the St. Louis Brown Stockings,
Interesting.
the Hartford Dark Blues, the Louisville Grays,
Okay.
Mutual of New York. Sounds more like a bank than
no
a
kidding.
baseball team, but okay. The Red Stockings, which are now the Atlanta Braves.
What? You would think they were the Red Sox.
Hold on. It gets better, Foo. It gets better. The Cincinnati Red Stockings, not to be confused with the Boston Red Stockings, Foo.
Or the Reds.
That are now the Atlanta Braves. Or the Reds. Well, that's where they get the Reds from.
Okay.
Cincinnati Red Stockings.
I see.
And then the obvious Chicago. Well, okay, so this is another one. The Chicago White Stockings that became the Chicago Cubs.
Dick!
That eventually got a Chicago White Sox. Makes no fucking sense.
What the fuck?
Any sports team whatsoever.
And who was the wise guy that said, "Hey, let's spell it with an X"?
Probably one of the Boston Red Sox owners.
They came first, or the White Sox came first? Do you know?
The Red Sox came first.
Okay.
Because Babe Ruth used to be a Red Sox pitcher in like the early 1900s before he was traded for I think $1 million and a washing machine or some shit to the Yankees. It was something ridiculous. I don't know if it was exactly a washing machine. Yeah. It was something that ridiculous, and that's why they've always had the Reds. They had the Bambino curse for the longest until 2004. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Steph?
I am getting to it. Oh, did you know that you can find peanuts in dynamite?
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
Peanuts have an oil that is used as an ingredient while making glycerol, which is the main component of nitroglycerin.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of food can kill us. Got it.
Essentially.
A lot of one food. Yeah. It's like anything else.
Too much one thing.
All right, last one here. You have a nail in your body.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
Or at least the components of one. Iron is an important nutrient that human body needs. It helps your red blood cells carry oxygen, which is necessary for producing energy throughout the body. That's why an iron deficiency can present itself with feelings of exhaustion. Amazingly, a healthy adult has about 3 grams of iron, enough that if it were pulled out and melted down, it could form a nail up to 3 inches long. And I think we saw something like that happen on X-Men when Magneto pulled all the iron out of that one guy and it killed him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right.
Like tiny little bullets coming out of his body, you know?
Well, he got an extra dosage of iron.
That's right. Yeah.
There seems to be an unusually high amount of iron in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me.
Yep, and that's how he got it.
And he got dead.
Mm-hmm.
Now you make me want to watch X-Men all over again.
Yep. Well, Foos, another successful episode, and we'll see how next week's episode turns out. Don't expect any kind of production value. It's us in a fucking room, and we're just going to be talking shit, really. And by then, I think the Foo would be married, right? If we're going to try to record this maybe like Sunday morning or Monday morning even.
You're going to wake him
we'll
up?
See. Maybe about Monday morning.
It'll be a late episode. Don't expect it out like Monday at midnight like you guys always do. You guys have been spoiled. You guys are spoiled. Spoiled brats.
Entitled.
Yeah.
Entitled brats. The kids these days. No respect.
No respect. All right, man. Well, let's see. Anything else you want to talk about? I think we covered pretty much everything this week. I think next week, while we're in the hotel room recording a podcast, I'll probably end up finally complaining about this season's of Titans. I have a lot to discuss.
Oh, well, yes.
There's a lot that that just irates me. I'm not saying I'm pissed. I'm not gonna stop watching it, and but there's just a lot. There's a lot I have to say, and Steph has a lot to say, and I'm sure Josh, you have a lot to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't get to this in Geeking Out, and I left this out on purpose because I think we still got a couple more big episodes coming up.
Right, they might redeem themselves.
They may redeem themselves, and all I can say is that based off of what I'm seeing, they've melded, and I think I said this before, they melded the Red Hood storyline along with the battle for the Kel.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's essentially based off of this last episode that we watched,
and created a no man's land too.
Yes, yeah, it was, like all three: No Man's Land, Battle for the Kel. And
we'll save it. We'll save it. Yeah, we'll save it for them.
We're gonna get into it, and it's just, oh my god,
we're just gonna piss ourselves off.
so much.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, until next time, thank you all very much for listening into the Foobar Show. Thanks for hitting subscribe, and remember to rate, review, and tell your friends like a freaking champion. You can always get in touch with us and get our merch at foobarshow.com. That's FOObarshow.com, and search FOObar Show on YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll fill it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie.
I've been Josh.
And Steph.
Signing off saying, don't be a dick.